Am I the asterisk hole for erasing myself from my cheating fiancé's life a month before our wedding? Alright, Reddit. I never thought I'd be posting here, but my head is spinning and my friends are giving me conflicting advice. I need some unbiased opinions. I, 32M, have been with my fiancée, Tina, 28F, for 6 years. We met when she was just starting nursing school and I was working my way up in building management. I'm a contractor now. I handle the big stuff, HVAC, plumbing systems, structural integrity for commercial properties. It's good, steady work. She's an ER nurse, a literal hero in my eyes. Or, she was. Our life was built. That's the best word for it. We built it piece by piece. From a tiny, crappy apartment to a nice 2-bedroom we share now. From second-hand furniture to the big, comfy sectional couch we picked out together. We have a shared calendar, a joint savings account for the wedding, and a cat named Miller who I'm pretty sure loves me more. Our wedding is next month. Invitations sent, deposits paid, the whole 9 yards. We were on the 1-yard line of happily ever after. About 3 months ago, Tina got really into fitness. She joined a high-end gym, the kind with smoothies that cost more than a steak dinner. I was all for it. Her job is stressful, and I was proud of her for finding a healthy outlet. She started talking a lot about her trainer, a guy named Tony. Tony says my form is perfect. Tony thinks I could run a half marathon. Tony is so motivating. I'm not the jealous type. Seriously. I trusted her completely. But their Tony comments started to feel different. Less about fitness, more about him. Then the red flags started popping up, but they were the kind you only recognize in hindsight. Her phone was always face down. She started working overtime, but when I'd check in, she'd be short with me, saying the ER was a madhouse. Then she'd come home not smelling like the antiseptic hospital smell, but like perfume man. I don't know, a different kind of energy. The gut feeling hit me last week. It was a Tuesday. I got off a big project early and wanted to surprise her, maybe take her to dinner. I texted her that I was thinking of her. She replied an hour later, so swamped. Won't be out till late. Don't wait up, love you. Something felt off. We have location sharing on our phones. We set it up years ago for safety since she often works late shifts. I never check it. Ever. But that night, I did. My heart pounded as I opened the app. Her location wasn't at the hospital. It was at an apartment complex across town. A new, fancy one. My blood went cold. I did some digging online. The apartment complex was right next to her gym. I looked up the gym staff page. Tony Mazzini, trainer. His Instagram was public. It was full of shirtless selfies and videos of him lifting weights. And there, in his tagged photos, were pictures of him and Tina. Not at the gym, but out at bars with friends. Pictures I'd never seen. I didn't explode. I didn't drive over there. A strange, cold calm washed over me. The contractor in me took over. I saw a compromised structure. A building that needed to be condemned, not repaired. For the last 4 days, I haven't said a word. I've been polite, normal. I kiss her good morning. I ask about her day. But behind the scenes, I've been making a plan. I found a new apartment. I've contacted movers. I've opened a new bank account and rerouted my direct deposit. I created a spreadsheet of every single item in our apartment that I paid for: the couch, the 70-inch TV, the dining table, the coffee machine, the computer, my tools, my books, even the damn air fryer. My plan is to have the movers come this Friday while she's at work. They will take everything on my list. I will then text her that we are over and that her things are safe in the apartment, which I will pay the rent on for 1 more month so she has time. I will then block her on everything. My best friend says I'm being a cold-hearted machine and that she deserves a conversation, a chance to explain. My sister says after 6 years of lies, she deserves nothing but the shock and silence. So, Reddit, Am I the a-hole for planning to dismantle our shared life with the precision of a demolition project instead of having a dramatic, tear-filled confrontation? Update 1, a week later. Well, I'm no longer questioning if I was the asshole. I've graduated. Thank you for the support on my last post. It gave me the validation I needed to see this through. As planned, the movers arrived at 10 a.m. on Friday. My sister came with me for moral support. It was surreal. We went through the apartment with my spreadsheet on a tablet, room by room. Living room, sectional sofa, grey, purchased from West Elm, my credit card. Check. LG 70-inch OLED TV. Check. PS5. Check. Oak coffee table. Check. Kitchen, DeLonghi espresso machine. Check. That ridiculously expensive knife set she had to have. Check. Air fryer. Check. Bedroom, the mattress and frame. Yep, I bought it when I first got my promotion. Check. My dresser. Check. All my clothes, obviously. We were a quiet, efficient team. In 2 hours, the apartment went from our home to a shell with a woman's belongings in it. The movers were incredible, they didn't leave a single scratch on the walls. I think they sensed the gravity of the situation. As they were loading the last box, I transferred 50% of our wedding savings to my new account. The other 50% was from her contributions, so I left it. I'm not a thief. With the apartment empty of my existence, I sat down on the floor where our couch used to be. My sister handed me a beer. And I sent the text. I didn't use any of the angry, long-winded drafts I had written. I kept it simple. Tina, I know about you and Tony. I saw you were at his apartment. Don't try to deny it. A moving company has removed all of my belongings from the apartment. Everything that is left is yours. My name will be removed from the lease at the end of next month, but I've paid my half, so you have 30 days to figure things out. Do not contact me. We are done. I blocked her number before she could reply. Then I blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, and even LinkedIn. The fallout was immediate. She tried calling, it went straight to my blocked list. Then she called my sister, screaming and crying. My sister just said, "He knows, Tina. You did this," and hung up. Then came the emails. Dozens of them. They went through the classic stages of grief. Denial, what are you talking about? You can't just leave. My things are gone. She thought I took her stuff. Anger, you're a coward. You didn't even have the balls to say it to my face. 6 years and this is what I get. You pathetic bastard. Bargaining, okay, I messed up. I messed up so bad, James. It was a mistake. He meant nothing. Please, just talk to me. We can fix this. Don't throw us away for one stupid mistake. I didn't reply to a single one. The best part. At around 7 p.m., my phone buzzed with a notification from our building's management portal, the company I work with, not for. It was a noise complaint. From our next-door neighbor. Against Tina. Apparently, she was having a full-blown meltdown, screaming and throwing things. Her things. I'm now sitting in my new apartment. It's smaller, but it's all mine. The couch is here. Miller the cat is exploring. It's quiet. For the first time in a long time, the silence doesn't feel empty. It feels like peace. Update 2, a month later. Hello again. It's been a wild month. The dust is starting to settle, and the consequences are beginning to ripple outwards. Thank you again from all the comment and the support. Some of you also said I did too much. But I need to have a firm belief. The first couple of weeks were a barrage. Tina tried every avenue to get to me. She called from blocked numbers. She called from the hospital's main line. She even had her mom call me, who tried to guilt-trip me about throwing her baby girl out on the street. I politely told her that her baby girl was a 28-year-old woman who made a conscious choice to sleep with another man, and that I was done with the conversation. Their settlement was easy because I had already done it. There were no lawyers. I sent her a final spreadsheet detailing how I had split our joint account, paid the last set of bills, and cancelled all the wedding venues. Many of the deposits were non-refundable. I ate the cost of my half. I considered that a stupid tax. In the email, I attached a spreadsheet with a single line: "This concludes our shared financial obligations." That's when the begging and pleading hit a new level. The emails shifted from anger to pure, uncut desperation. "James, I can't afford this apartment on my own. You know that. How could you do this to me?" I saw Tony. I told him what happened. He said we should cool it for a while. He was just a fling. "Baby, you're my life. I can't sleep. I can't eat. My supervisor at work put me on notice because I messed up some charting. My life is falling apart without you. You were my rock." That last one almost got to me. Not because I felt bad for her, but because it crystallized the truth of our relationship. I wasn't her partner, I was her support system. Her life infrastructure. The contractor who kept her world running smoothly so she could live in it. The climax came last week. I had to go back to the old apartment building to consult on an HVAC issue in a different unit. As I was leaving, she was pulling into the parking lot. She saw me. Her face was pale, her eyes were puffy. She was wearing scrubs that looked like they hadn't been ironed. She jumped out of her car and ran towards me. "James. Please. Just talk to me for 5 minutes." I did what I've been doing this whole time. I showed no emotion. I just looked at her, gave a single, almost imperceptible shake of my head, got in my truck, and drove away. I saw her in my rearview mirror, just standing there, with her shoulders slumped. It didn't give me pleasure. But it did give me a profound sense of closure. The building was condemned. The demolition was complete. It was time to look at a new plot of land. Final update, 1 year later. 1 year. It's amazing what can happen in 1 year. I'm posting this last update because I think the story is finally over, and because some of you have messaged me asking how things turned out. Hello again Reddit, I can't thank you enough from all the supports. It's been about a year now. So here is an update. After our parking lot encounter, I never saw or heard from Tina directly again. But the world is small. I heard things through the grapevine, mostly from one mutual friend we still have in common. Tina's downfall wasn't a sudden explosion, it was a slow, grinding collapse. Her job, the charting mistake I mentioned, was the beginning. She apparently made another, more serious error a month later, a medication dosage miscalculation. No one was seriously harmed, thank God, but in the ER, that's a cardinal sin. She wasn't fired, but she was demoted. They took her off their high-stakes ER floor and reassigned her to the night shift on a less critical ward. The night shift. The shift she always complained about, the one that drains your soul and ruins your social life. Tony, just as I predicted, Tony the trainer was a fair-weather fling. Once Tina was single, emotional, and in financial trouble, he lost interest. Our mutual friend said he's now engaged to some 22-year-old influencer. He never was the endgame, he was just the shiny, low-effort distraction. Her life, she couldn't afford the rent on our old place, so she had to move. She's now in a small studio apartment in a much less desirable part of town. Our friend said she's sold a lot of her nice clothes and bags to make ends meet. She's always tired from the night shift and has isolated herself from most of her friends. She lost the life we built, and she couldn't rebuild it on her own. And what about me? That cold, methodical man who executed the Great Erasure. He didn't stick around. Once the job was done, he left, too. In his place, the old me, but a wiser version, started to resurface. I took the money I would have spent on the wedding and I traveled. I went hiking in the national parks out west. I spent 2 weeks in Costa Rica learning to surf. I poured my energy not into a person, but into myself. I started learning to play the guitar, something I always wanted to do. I reconnected with friends I'd neglected. About 8 months ago, I joined a local hiking club. And that's where I met Sarah, 30F. She's a landscape architect. She's brilliant, funny, and has a quiet confidence that I find incredibly attractive. Our first date was a 10-mile hike that left me breathless, and not just from the exercise. With Sarah, everything is different. It's not about building a life to show off to others. It's about sharing one. We don't have location sharing on our phones. We don't need it. We have trust. She knows my story. All of it. She says she's glad she met the man who came out the other side, not the one who went in. Last weekend, Sarah and I were grilling on the balcony of my house. I bought a small place with a yard a couple of months ago. Miller the cat was chasing a bee, Sarah was laughing, and the sun was setting. And I realized, this was it. This was the structure that was built to last. Not based on a shared lease and a wedding plan, but on mutual respect, honesty, and the simple joy of being with someone who chooses you, every day. I don't hate Tina. I don't feel anything for her at all. She's just the foundation of a condemned building that I had to tear down to make way for a better view. And the view from here is incredible.
Thank you for watching my videos. Comment down below about your thoughts. And make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, or thumbs down if you disliked it. Hitting the subscribe button also much appreciated. I'll catch you up next time.